In The Marksman, Liam Neeson has one particular set of skills. Guess what it is? The Marksman. On Film Dirt Reviews. I'm Alan Ng. I'm Zorianna Kit, and today we review The Marksman. A rancher on the Arizona border becomes the unlikely defender of a young Mexican boy desperately fleeing the cartel assassins who have pursued him into the United States. This one stars Katheryn, Winnick, Liam Neeson, Teresa, Ruiz, and Jacob Perez. Yeah, Liam Neeson is working on an action hero. Yes. He's becoming the next Harrison Ford.
I think he's just becoming the next Clint Eastwood at this point. You know, it's because Liam Neeson is getting older, but he's still doing those movies that kind of took his career in a different direction with Taken back in the day. I just feel like he's Clint Eastwood, the curmudgeon-y senior guy with ultimately that has the heart of gold, but the badassery of Charles Bronson. Those movies, if you love those movies, you will love this one. If you like those movies, you'll like this one. If you don't like those movies, then you definitely won't like this one, because it is that movie, and it hits all the beats. It's really formulaic. The villains really do look like villains, no mistaking who they are, but it's perfectly satisfying. It is what it is. It's not trying to be anything different. It capitalizes on Liam's success with those previous films, and it's like plug and play, same kind of thing. Different scenario, Border Patrol, Mexican immigration. Kind of thought that was cool little update on the times that we're living in. Yeah.
I for the most part agree with you. Liam Neeson, grizzled. Let's see, Jacob Perez. He's the young undocumented immigrant. He's sympathetic. The bad guy, the cartel assassin, he's psychotic. It's all there. I don't think you mentioned Charles Bronson and Clint Eastwood. If you think back about their heyday, these films were much more violent than this one. If you want ultra violence, it's not here. If you want a decent action movie, with this time he only has a gun. And it's a rifle. It's a long range rifle. I don't know that I'd call him a sniper, but that's his weapon.
But he's paired with this young, like you said, undocumented immigrant who, when we first meet this kid at the beginning, he witnesses his mother being gunned down. And throughout the movie, they are on the run from these bad guys who they witness killing people ruthlessly over and over and over again, to the point where Liam Neeson is actually teaching him how to use a gun. And then, of course, why do what happens later? Good thing Liam Neeson taught him how to use a gun, because it sure came in handy, didn't it?
And also this movie takes place over the span of a week. It clearly marks each day. And for a kid who saw the brutal murder of his uncle and then the accidental murder of his mother, he's fairly calm, which kind of alarms me in the sense that he never really copes with grief at this point.
Yes, exactly. So when you said, okay, this movie isn't as violent as, those early Eastwood Bronson ones, they're maybe not as violent, but the trauma that this kid is going to endure when he grows up, because over a span of a week, he just saw so many people die in cold blood. Oh, yeah. I worry for him.
Yeah. Those were 2 deaths, and he sees, I think, at least 2 more. Pretty up close too.
Yeah. But, I do think that that this is just a really great part for Liam Neeson. He just looks like, the guy's having fun in these roles, and he's getting a great paycheck for these roles. What made this one a little more Clinty, I guess, is that it was directed by Robert Lorenz. And that is Clinton's longtime first assistant director and second unit director. Those guys, this guy worked with him like on all from Bridges of Madison County through Mystic River to, let's see, I wrote it down, American Sniper and $1 Million Baby. And in fact, Robert Lorenz's directorial debut was the Clint Eastwood movie, Trouble with the Curve. So this guy, this guy has spent most of his filmmaking career working with the man who Liam Neeson is now kind of becoming the younger version of, if we can call Liam Neeson the younger version of Clint Eastwood, but for all intents and purposes, he is. So that's why there's this unmistakable Eastwood-esque vibe in the character that Liam Neeson plays of the marksman.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. I liked it. The impression I got, or the feeling I got afterwards was, it's pretty much got a shelf life of maybe a couple months, considering it'll probably go to Redbox, and you'll watch it. It's not a movie I would necessarily go back to. There's nothing really other than having Liam Neeson in it. I mean, that's the typical Hollywood model at this point, where you have a bankable star, you put him in anything and people will watch it. And that's exactly what this movie is. And I wish there was something there that I could tell people that would say, go see this movie because of this, other than it's got Liam Neeson in it. And that's pretty much what I feel like I would tell people about The Marksman. But
you're right. I don't disagree. There's absolutely nothing that would make me go, oh my gosh, there is this aspect of it that makes it different. It doesn't, and that's why it works, because it's like connect the dots. If the theaters were open, this would be part of the January quote unquote dumping ground of movies that happens, right? So this is the type of movie that is actually good for a cinematic January release, where under normal circumstances, people would be a little tired out of all the Oscar prestige films that are out there, and they just need something festival and just to go and see. And it would be something that would probably like debut #1 at the January box office and sharp droply the following week, and then other ones would come in. But it's that perfect kind of reprieve from whatever is bothering you in life, which in this case is the pandemic and the turn of events that happened Capitol Hill last week. So like all those sort of stressors that you just need to forget for a couple of hours. Yes, let's look at Liam Neeson, the grouchy old man with the heart of gold.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to transport this kid, and he tells him, "Why'd you have to come across my property? Damn you!" But
I didn't want to be here.
Exactly.
No, my favorite part was when they were discussing, so what's it like in Chicago? And it's just this very tepid response. Well, Chicago's nice. I went there once.
Yeah. Hot dogs. You'll have a hot dog. And then later on in the movie, the kid's like, I can't wait till we get to Chicago. First thing we're going to do is have a hot dog. I'm like, can't you just get him a hot dog at the local diner?
Or help him at least mourn his mother first and then get him a hot dog.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, he does help him mourn his mother first by stopping at a church.
Well, that's true.
And yes, so again, he does the right thing, because he stops at a church and has the pastor conduct a memorial for his mother. I mean, so I don't even know whether to laugh at this point or to
yeah, I mean, well, yeah, there you go. I mean, I think we just convinced people now to see the movies. So.
I listen, it's entertaining. It's really entertaining. So yes, we'll see it in January, so that you don't have to see some serious Oscar prestige drama. Seriously.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I think we both fairly feel the same. It's a good movie. Liam Neeson's good in it. It's pretty standard and pretty typical. And, so I'm going to guess you gave it a 7.
Yes. I gave it a 7, and I think you're giving it a 7 for exactly the same reasons, because we're really on the same page on this.
Yeah. Well, a 7. I gave it a 6.5. 7 would imply that I would see it again, and I would be a little enthusiastic.
Is that your barometer?
Yeah, but it's a work in progress. But that is something. It's like I don't think I would go hunt this one out to see it again. And you know, there will probably, if someone asks me what to see in the next few weeks, there will probably be other films I would recommend over this one. But you can't lose if you see it in Redbox or find it on you know, VOD or something. You know, go ahead and rent it, and you want to see it, you'll have fun.
It's not going to disappoint. It's just not going to disappoint.
Yeah. Okay. So with that, be sure to like, subscribe. Let us just know what you thought. Maybe you think Liam Neeson's the greatest action hero ever, and we want to hear that. So be sure to comment below. And with that, let's get out of here.